Hello everyone. It's been a busy week. We are in the throes of packing to get ready to move, but I figured I would do a quick video, and this one I don't have my physical books. For most of these I don't have physical books, but for the ones that I did, I don't have them. But if you can't tell by the title, we're going to do the mid-year book tag. Last year I wanted to do this, but I forgot, and then by the time I remembered, it was like August or September, so it was past mid-year. But this year, we're going to do it. So, if you don't know what the mid-year book tag is, it's like several questions about books, obviously, that you've read so far in the first half of the year. And basically, you're going to answer them, but you can't duplicate. Now, there's going to be a little thing where I kind of have it where it's not going to be duplicate, but it is maybe kind of close, so you know that. And I'm doing this in my bathroom because everyone else is asleep and everywhere else is a little bit chaotic. So, change of scenery, even though you can't tell because there's nothing behind me. And I hear my son, so he might be waking up. So we're going to have to do this somewhat quick. So we're going to start with the first question, which was best book you've read so far. Now again, I had to write these down and kind of play because I only read like 42, 43 books at that time. I think I'm at like 44, maybe 45, so not much difference. So to go with this, I went with The Throne of Nightmares by Kerri Maniscalco. This one I really liked. Like I said, I love her Kingdom of the Wicked, and I think these are Prince of Sins, I think is what it's called. I always mess up on the name for the series, but this is the Prince of Sins, and I love it. And this one specifically had it where it dealt with books and a girl who was like a librarian and traveling to different genres and stuff. So I loved it. And it has still like fantasy like stuff, not just like because they're traveling to different like books and genres and stuff, but because again he's a Prince of Sin in the book. So that one was my favorite so far, technically. But like I said, there's some stuff where it's a little iffy and hard. So best sequel read so far. For this one, I went with Enchantra, which is book 2 in the Phantasma. I don't know what the series is called, but it's book 2. The first one is Phantasma, which I read last year. I finally read Enchantra this year. Loved it. It follows... Is it Ophelia? I'm a little iffy on that. I want to say it's Ophelia. I'm trying to remember. I think it was. But basically it follows the other sister from Phantasma who is trying to figure out more about her family and stuff because her sister got her mom's powers and they learned who their dad was in the first one, and now she's just trying to learn more about herself and find more people that are kind of maybe like her. And so she travels to this place where someone was writing letters to her mom and had a picture with her mom, and she's like, oh, I can go and find out more. And the person's like, yeah, come at this specific time or date, and if you don't, like, okay. She's running late, she gets there, and just chaos. And it was very good. I loved it. There's like another book coming that follows like the brothers from that series, because with her she ends up meeting the Silver family and they were trapped in a contract, and then like they kind of broke it at the end of the book, and so now it's following the other brothers as they continue to try to find a way to help their mother who was sick that got them into the contract to keep her alive. So they're trying to figure stuff out. So there's a book 3 coming, but so far that was my favorite sequel so far. let's see. New release I haven't read yet. There's still a ton that I haven't read. But the one I went with for this is King of Gluttony, which is Huang's King of Sin series. This is the one where I keep getting it mixed up with the Prince of Sin series from Kerri Maniscalco. But this one is book 6, I believe. And mind you, I still got to read the first book. Still working on that. I have it. I got it from the library. But I haven't had a chance. But you don't have to read them in order. It just kind of gives you some like insight into characters that do get mentioned in the book series a lot and stuff. So it's like a nice little treat to be like, oh, there's a character I liked from this book being mentioned in this book kind of thing. So there's that. But that's the one that so far I think I'm most excited to get to here soon. And I think I hear my son. My most anticipated release for the second half of the year is still going to be Velvet Knife, which is by Maureen Johnson. This is from the Truly Devious series. And I read that all, I think, last year. And I think I read also all the, like, the Truly Devious series is just 3 books, but then, like, it continues after, like, that, like, little beginning trilogy, following Stevie going to different places and solving ones. And the last book left on such a cliffhanger, kind of, or on like such an emotional high that I need the next book. So that one comes out, I believe it's September 26th is what it says. 2026 or 26? I don't know. But it's coming out in a couple more months. So really excited about that one. Really want that one to get and read and basically see what's going to happen next. So next is the biggest disappointment, or a book that didn't live up to the hype. Now, this one is personally for me. I know this one is like a 50-50. There's people who love this book and then there's those who just did not. I'm like right down the middle. Like I expected more, but I didn't get it, but I still liked it. I just didn't love it the way I thought I would, which is going to be Pham's Just Friends book. Like I said, I really was excited. I've watched Kaylie for years, like a year or 2, maybe 3. I don't even know when. But I was really excited to read her debut novel. But certain things just did not live up to the hype as much for me. And so it kind of just was not the best at the time. Still liked it. It wasn't horrible. It just wasn't what I was expecting as much. But it's okay. It's her debut novel. She's working on another one. We'll see what that one has to offer. So next is a book that was the biggest surprise. One that I didn't even like expect to be so good. And for this one, I'm going to have to go with one that I just read this month, which I haven't even talked about yet because I haven't done a reading wrap up, obviously, because it's still June, which is going to be The Book Witch by Schaffer. This one, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so much fun telling you guys about for a reading wrap up. But this one was just, I loved it. If you loved Schaffer's The Wishing Game, like you're going to love this one. It still has like the magical like whimsy and stuff, and it has like a mystery, and like it was just so good, and I'm so excited. And like I said, I'm going to tell you guys so much more during the reading wrap up when I get to that. And oh, I can't wait for that. But I loved it so much, so much. That was the best book so far. That's why like when it said like the best book you read, and I'm trying not to repeat, to be honest, it would have been that one. But Throne of Nightmares is up there as well. So a lot of these two are ones that have been on my 5-star. So you'll see them like mentioned later or gushed about a lot. So favorite new author, which means like either they're a debut author or they're new to me. Now this one is the one where I might have a little issues, right? So this one I picked was Sara Raasch, which I might be butchering her last name, okay? But her book series, I think it was like Royals and Romance or something, right? The one where I started with Go Luck Yourself, even though it was book 2, and then read Go Kiss, or Nightmare Before Christmas. And then I've read, since then, I've read her Wizards of Entanglement, Rival Wizards of Entanglement, and then also the Fake Divination one. Like, I loved it. Like, all her books so far for those 4 that I've read, I love them. Nothing under 4 stars. There are more books by her that I'm going to check out, but so far, love her. New to me. Can't wait. From the series alone, they're MM. I know other ones I think are like fantasy that are not MM or romantasy. I don't know, but I love those. I ate them up. Can't wait. So, now this one's gonna be hard. This one says newest fictional crush, right? And I don't do like the book boyfriends and stuff. And it's not saying that like I don't like them. It's just I don't go OMG like this is my favorite guy in the whole wide world. No. Because there's a lot that are like, they have their moments where it's like, oh, I love this for them, or this is great. But I'm not like the people who are like obsessed with like Xaden and Dorian and stuff. So this one I can't answer because I don't think about that like kind of stuff. I don't look at it and I don't think about it and I don't obsess and fantasize about it. So I can't answer this one. Like, I'm not saying that I don't have like a thing where I like it, but I don't think of fictional crushes. I'm not thinking of a book boyfriend or something. I just don't think that way. That's just not how my mind works. So I don't know what to do for that one, but I don't have one, so I'm sorry. Newest favorite character. So this is the one where, again, I'm supposed to not repeat answers, but does it count as repeating if it's a character from a book that I said was from my favorite new author? So that's where it's like iffy. But I said Chris from Go Like Yourself because that one, like I said, was the one that started my obsession with the Sara Raasch series, right? But I felt so much for him. Like, I understood his struggles of like feeling like kind of the replaced brother or replaced sibling, right? Like, it was like so like easy to see where he thought that and how he thought that, and then him not going for his dreams because he was worried that like I can't do it because it doesn't matter, because I need to be here for this instead of doing my stuff and all that. I loved Chris, and I gush about his story so much because I just loved it. It was great. I felt so related to him and stuff. Like, he didn't go through a whole big trauma, but he still had all these little traumas, like his mom leaving him and then like trying to live up to these expectations, but also still trying to be true to himself. And it was just, he was my favorite. So I know I'm not supposed to repeat answers, but technically it's not repeating an answer if I had the favorite author and then I'm saying my favorite characters from one of her books. At least that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, so next one, these next two are gonna be hard because I was like, I don't know. So there's a book that made you cry. And this one's hard because I don't cry a lot for books. There's only a couple. Like, my whole family knows one book that I cried for that I was like, ooh. But I can't put that on this list because I read it last year. So for this one, my options are either The Bright Years by Sara Damoff or The Correspondent by Virginia E. Woolf. Because these both had it where there was like a little emotional, like it took a moment to get into it. It took a while and stuff. And like these are both 5 stars. Like, again, most of this list, 5 stars. most of them. There's a couple that obviously aren't. But, like I said, the build-up for both of those books to get to the end, and then you feel it. I think I'd have to go with The Correspondent for the book that made me cry. Because I remember at the end, I was like, you went through all of that, and then the ending, you're just like, oh, that hurts. Hurts. But then, The Bright Years, that one was too. And it was a little bit more happy, just a little. Not much, but a little. So, I don't know. It's going to be between those two. I can't pick for that one. I don't know. And then the one that's going to be hard too is a book that made you happy. Because I don't know, like all of these, again, they're 5 stars. And I'm trying to think of like what one is like just one book that I would say is like that made me happy. Like overall, just like I was satisfied. I was like, yes, I can't think of it. So that's the hard part, is I can't think of one book. Like there's a lot of books that made me like just happy and content. And I'm like, yes. Versus the ones who make you like think, oh, can I get more? Like, where's more? So I don't know for that one what I would pick. That one's a little harder. I'm trying to think of the ones that I would go through. I'm trying to go through and I don't know. So, I don't know. But those are my mid-year book tag picks. What are some that you have? Do we have ones that are similar or different? Let me know. I will try my best to get a blog up next week, but we will officially be moving, so there might not be one. So heads up on that. But I will see you guys next time. And if you like, make sure you like and subscribe. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. If not, I'll see you in the middle of July. Bye.